Alright. Again, I've been going through some of the games that I've saved replays for and written a small set of notes to, and this one had a something about a last second win, so I'm going to fast forward, accelerate the beginning of this. I'm divisioned up with a Baltimore 6-speed wagon, who is a guy that I've been playing with. It doesn't sound right. A guy that I've been online gaming with for, actually this year makes 20 years. We started gaming together, I believe, in 1998, right around this time frame. So, yeah, cool stuff. I know some of you guys some of the people watching this are young or old or what have you. But yeah, I've known this guy and actually met in person and so forth. So anyways, I'm going to get back to the video and stop talking about nonsense. He is not playing World of Warships anymore. I haven't seen him online for a bit, so hope to see him back soon. Maybe he'll even check this video out. Maybe I'll have to send him a link via Facebook or something. So, taking out the Fletcher, one of probably my favorite ships. I think most people that know me know I'm a big DD player, and this boat is no exception to that rule. It's a very well balanced, maybe even a little overpowered DD. But anyways, we this is actually like a year old, so this is a little bit different than the map is laid out now, so just keep that in mind. This is everybody's favorite Tears of the Cruiser, Tears of the Desert, I believe it's called, actually, and this is one of the maps that traditionally has Epicenter on it, but this is obviously a standard battle, my least favorite. There are CVs in it. I'm being spotted by CVs. I managed to get several torp hits on that Montana. So yeah, it's not a bad start for your first torp spread. And then I get another torp hit. I don't believe it was on the Montana, but there's a lot of ships in that area, so you have to excuse me. I'm moving around in my squeaky chair, and I got my dog in the office, so he may make some sounds and grunts and noises and disturb the peace over here. So anyways, the CV comes after me or comes to my vicinity. I bust defensive fire and shoot down a couple of his planes. Dodge incoming fire. It looks like there's a Baltimore over there. Now keep in mind, this is before the cruiser split, the U.S. cruiser split. So I believe in this game the Baltimore is a 9, and the Baltimore is now a tier 8, I believe, on the heavy cruiser line. So, anyways, I've broken contact. I decide to head back over to this area. There's a bunch of smoke, and there's a gaggle of enemy ships over here. Most of them aren't viewed or can't be seen because of the smoke. This might even be before the smoke change. I'm not sure. If it is, you won't be able to see ships that are firing in smoke at all, regardless of how big of a gun caliber they might have. So it looks like the Baltimore, or one of the Baltimores on the enemy team, was the recipient of that other torpedo. So here we go. We got a couple of ships together. Can't hurt to put a torp spread out. Now, I'm guessing this is before the smoke changes, because I smoke up this battleship, and I don't do it so he can fire from my smoke. I smoke him up to basically save his ass, and right as I smoke him up, he takes a big salvo and gets immediately lit on fire and fires from my smoke. So Again, I don't remember if this is pre or post smoke change. My guess is, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think I smoked him up and he fired, which defeated the purpose, and he got taken out anyways. And clearly, somebody's kind of hunting our hiney over here. That's the second set of torpedoes that came in, and there's a couple of Fletchers and a Gearing out there. There's also a Kutuzov, so somebody's not happy with us. And of course, this CV brings his planes back over me, and I don't pop defensive fire. I do select his fighter group or his bomber group and highlight them and try to focus my fire on him, and he comes in for me. Looks like he's actually going to drop on me, and he misses. The good thing about being a DD is you are a small target. So that's a... Don't get me wrong, there are definitely CV captains out there that could easily drop a DD. I personally am not one of those, but I do know a few that are quite capable of cross-dropping and or setting up a DD for a torp drop, and even a dive bomber attack. So at this point, we're down 2 ships. Well, we're down 1 ship. We've lost 2 ships. They've lost 1. Haven't had much of a chance to impact this game. I've been kind of perma-spotted by the DD. My Baltimore, who's in the division with me, he's taking quite a beating, and he's about half health, and then he's about 5 or 6 kilometers behind me. So he can't really offer me much protection from the CV. Our CV, I'm not really sure where his planes are. He is extremely far back from the battle. Although later on, I guess it's kind of a mood issue, but you see this a lot in games, and I think it's very important that CV players, if you're in the game, you're in the game, and if you're that far off the map edge or at the map edge, you're not really in the game, and it's taken you forever to cycle your aircraft. I would guess that, it's probably taken a good 30-40 seconds for him to get his aircraft back there, and then another cooldown for them to be rearmed and refueled, and then another 20-30 seconds to get them back out to do a strike, rinse and repeat. Not very helpful when it comes to the bigger picture here. So I'm moving back in. This gaggle of ships is still over by this island. This used to be really, really, really common in the old map layout. This used to be I don't know if I'd call it stagnate. It definitely was an area where there would always be an encounter, if you will. So my division mate's hiding behind an island trying to get some health back. I put some more torps out, kind of peeking around to see what I see. I'm not sure if he believed he was spotted by a DD. And as you can see, the CV is, he does a great job of going after our high-value targets, our high-value ships. And more annoyingly, he keeps me friggin' spotted. And I still managed to get a couple torp hits, and I shoot down a couple of his planes. I had to use my defensive fire to do that, and hopefully to get him off my back. Unfortunately, I didn't get all of his planes, and in the process, his planes have kept me spotted for this Kutuzov who is hammering me. And he attacks my Baltimore, which is kind of annoying, because we're both taking a beating here. I pop smoke and engage this Kutuzov. Unfortunately, we lose my division mate in the Baltimore, and right now it looks like it's me against the Baltimore, a Conqueror, and a Montana that are all in the vicinity over here. Although I don't expect that Montana or Conqueror to come towards me. The Baltimore obviously just radared me, so he poses a huge threat, and I can't sit here. I got to get out of here. And unfortunately, he radars me right in front of the Kutuzov, so yeah, 2 ships you do not want to have firing at you as a DD player, and yeah, getting my ass kicked here. I do manage, ironically, to get the Kutuzov with torps. I don't recall if I actually sent them at the Baltimore or if I sent them at the Kutuzov. I don't remember, but either way, I literally get away with 2,700 health, almost 2,800. And now, our cap is wide open. We have managed to even up the. We had evened up the ship counts, and ironically, one of our ships got the red CV, so that's actually outstanding, at least for me, because that guy was the vein of my existence for most of this game. We're 13 minutes into it, and he's probably had me. I mean, I've used a couple of my defensive fires on his aircraft, and he's probably had me spotted, I would say, 5 or 6 minutes out of that time frame at least. And obviously during that time frame, I've taken some abuse from his ships and his support ships. So we'll have to see how this goes. Right now, it's time for me to take a nap. No, it's 6v6. We do have a CB, and they have a D, and each team has 2 DD. So sort of balanced, I would say. I mean, it's not that bad. They do have a lot more battleships than we do, but I think as a destroyer, I can negate that imbalance, if you will. The problem is they also have 2 DDs, so they obviously pose a threat to our surviving and only Iowa. Our team is up. Our entire team is at the enemy cap, or the enemy base, and in the process of capping it. But they have the Conqueror and the Montana, and do I get this Baltimore? Nope, just miss him. Which is bad, because again, he's radar, I'm a DD, and I'm low health. Unfortunately, their Conqueror takes out our Iowa. So now we're down a ship. And both teams have got into the enemy's cap. I unfortunately cannot stay in this cap. That Baltimore and his radar pose big threat to me. So I'm trying to get torps off on him, maybe bait him into my torps. My first set goes off, and he's already turned out of those, and those won't be a threat. My second set I send a little further back, but he obviously knows I'm here. He knows he's spotted. He knows there's a DD here. Excuse me. So it's 5 versus 4. We have an aircraft carrier, and each team has 1 DD. It looks like 1 DD from each team went down. So I managed to get a torp on on the Baltimore. And I get him for 6K. Now, the CD has some planes over there, so I decide to smoke up and start hitting him. I reset him, which is good. But I can probably finish him off. And that's the intention here, is to really get rid of this cat. I don't really need this Baltimore harassing me anymore. He's been a pain in my ass. And the fact that he has radar is a massive pain in my ass. So, yeah. I literally get a little love tap to him, but it doesn't do any damage and doesn't actually kill him. In the meantime, he's able to... of course, he's able to hit me and take a little bit of my remaining health. That's another shell that I've hit that hasn't done anything, and yeah, this is kind of annoying. And he's getting a lot of shots off at me, and he's so far away that it's a very difficult shot for a Fletcher. He's actively semi-avoiding him. He's definitely not just sitting still, but keep on getting little resets, and there we go. We get a freaking fire finally. Honestly, I don't, and he puts the fire out, of course. Lucky for me, he's so hyper-focused on what I'm doing that he actually runs aground. And right now it's 2 versus 4, and we only have myself and the CV. I have under 1,000 health, and I am still shooting at this guy, trying to get rid of him. I'm staying bow in. I can't bring all my guns to bear, but I'm also making it a lot more difficult for him to get shots on me, and it kind of for the most part worked out. So yeah, unfortunately, in the meantime, the enemy team is taking the lead. Obviously, they surely have the ship count. It's myself and the CV against a Zumo, Conqueror, and a Montana. The Conqueror and the Montana account for 9 of our team's deaths. So these aren't dudes that are getting lucky shots. These are good players that have almost single-handedly decimated my team. Matter of fact, if you look at the rest of their roster, only their gearing even has a kill. So of the 10 ships, they've taken out 9. Now, on the other hand, me and the Lexington account for only 3 of our team's kills. So both of these guys that are remaining, or 2 of the 3 guys that are remaining, have actually done more kills than both me and my teammate. So I put a set of torps out. This isn't looking too good. They don't even have to push into the cap to win. They just need to run the clock down, unfortunately. And Zumo gets spotted. It looks like he's turning out. And time is running out. I actually opened fire on him and smoke up. Unfortunately, once I smoke up, and the fact that I only have 54 health doesn't really help, but I really wanted to get a fire on him. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time for him to burn down even. Sitting on 118,000 damage and 2 kills, when all of a sudden I get multiple torpedo hits. It gives us the lead because I killed a battleship with 22 seconds left. 137k, 3 kills. Yeah. It can't hurt to put the torps out there, but I surely wasn't expecting that. And then, yeah, chat hits. Good game, nice, wow. Yeah, good game. The red guys are pretty cool, all things considered. Props, unreal. I say good game. And yeah, I mean that's a bad loss for the red team. I think I sent compliments to both of those guys because they did an outstanding job. That Conqueror and what was the other one? The Montana. So yeah, 13 planes shot down, 3 kills, 137,000 damage, and with 54 health, we turned that game around. I beat out the Neptune just by a little bit. He obviously was a player on my team that did really well also. Although he wasn't around at the end, he still had a huge impact, I would say. So they're the 3 ships I killed. Did good damage to the Conqueror, good damage to the Montana, forced them both to turn around, and shot down 13 planes from that Lexington. Awesome game, awesome finish. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day.